everyone, this is Erin the Psychic Witch, continuing my series on how to handle Mercury retrograde like a fucking boss. So, we had a huge water main break today on the northeast side of Portland, and I was forced out of my house pretty early because I didn't have anything. We had water, but we didn't have any Wi-Fi or electricity or anything like that. And so I had to kind of get myself out and get into my day sooner than I like to. I am a Cancer. I really like to take my sweet ass time. I don't like really leaving before 11 o'clock, sometimes even 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I really like to luxuriate, but the day had other plans. I had a lot of work to get done. I had things I really wanted to do. I wanted to get out into the day, so it all kind of worked out. Suffice to say that this was perfect Mercury retrograde. Shit was chaotic. Infrastructure literally failed. People's houses are flooded, cars are flooded. The city lost millions of gallons of water today. Hello, Pisces season. And a huge piece of infrastructure in my neighborhood failed. So, God bless Portland as her energy heals from today. And she luxuriates in her cleanse that she had. But one of the things I want to highlight about all of that is the ability to stay flexible and just do what you need to do. This one skill that I have is innate in me because of the fact that I'm a Cancer. I can kind of like go where the tide goes. And I have a moon in Libra, which is an air sign. It's very flexible. It sees both sides of everything. It's kind of attracted to the path of least resistance. Both of those signs are. So I want you to lean on my natural ability here and start to think about how you can take the path of least resistance when things are really gnarly. This is a key lesson in Mercury retrograde. When you get hit with fuckery, challenging stuff comes up. It's not how you wanted. Do you double down and push, or do you stay flexible and allow yourself to flow and choose the path of least resistance and choose the next thing? So literally all day long, I went from one place to another, and certain places were closed. Certain places had electricity on, but they didn't have their Wi-Fi. So I couldn't order anything with a debit card or a credit card, and they didn't have any Wi-Fi. So I had to go to the next place. And I just kept moving my energy around, hanging out with folks from my city. I ended up meeting a sweet new friend and her daughter. I ended up having a really magical day where I was just in my flow. But the reason I was able to do that is because I knew that I was going to get the stuff that I wanted to get done. I knew what I was focused on. I knew what the aim was for the day. And I was super, super flexible about how that happened. And I want to offer that to you. When things get really challenging, who do you become? Do you double down? Do you get more fixed? Do you get more stubborn? And if you do, can you begin to let go of that level of control? Really just open up that space within yourself and let it flow down into the earth. This practice is something you will learn from me over and over and over again in all of my work. It's called grounding. Your ability to let go of control of how things happen is your ability to be grounded and allow the flow of the universe to move through you, aka earth and cosmic energy. If you have ever done my Essential Psychic Skills or have taken any classes from me whatsoever, or even signed up for my free content, you know how big I am on this one particular meditation. It's an ancient ass meditation. It's called Earth and Sky Meditation. I learned it from my psychic school. I teach this to everyone I can get my hands on, and I'm going to teach it to you now so that you can stay flexible. Here we go. Okay, taking a big, deep breath. Would you tune into your body? Just find your physical form. How does your body feel? Even tune into the aches and pains and different sensations. Oftentimes, aches and pains and sensations are calling you home. Let them do their job. Don't resist. Feel your body. Your body is in present time. It's what's happening right now. So if you've been in the future or in the past or up in your mind, now's the time to come back down in and re-engage with your physical form. Breathe. Two more big deep breaths. Let your breathing return to normal. Draw your energy and attention down to your pelvic floor. And when you get a vibe of the energy down there, how would you describe what you're seeing and feeling? And feel free to pause here and really take inventory. What do you notice? When I ask you this, I'm really looking for a few key things. What's the emotional energy? Is the energy in movement? What's the color? And in your mind, how would you describe this in about 3 adjectives? And those 3 do not have to make sense with each other. They might even be like fluffy, icy, and white. It's great. Whatever you're noticing is perfect. Now I want you to choose a color that has been so deliciously rich to you. A color that is nourishing and attractive. Could be your favorite color or one that you've been seeing a lot lately. When you've got that, with your imagination, would you fill in your whole pelvic floor and start to stir that cauldron? This is your first chakra, it's your root. Stir that beautiful color into your root. Let it start to move and swirl, and in whatever way feels right for you, open that chakra up to 100%. You are allowed, and it is healthy for you, to consciously open up your chakras to 100%. So whatever way you're seeing that is just perfect. Would you allow this color to drop through the layers of the planet into the core of the earth and anchor down in? You might even just want to let it wrap around the core of the earth a few times. The benefit to this is that the core of the planet is a neutral energy. That's not so true with the different layers because there's emotional memories and actual physical things that have happened. So if you're empathic and you just kind of start merging with the earth and you inadvertently stop in the Jurassic layer where the Big Bang happened and everything went extinct, you might feel a little anxious. So go all the way down to the core. The other thing that this does is really claim your space on this planet. This is your planet. You are an animal. Your body is an animal on this planet. It is supposed to be here. So anchoring down in is taking up space. It's reclaiming your place, your worthiness. So any guilt you have about being a human, being an animal, and taking up space and creating waste, will you just let it go for a minute and just be validated by being on this planet? You belong here. Taking another big deep breath. You have little accessory chakras to your first chakra. They are your feet chakra. One on the left, one on the right. You can pause here and do the same exact thing. Tune in, get the color, get the vibe, describe it to yourself. What are you seeing? On both sides. And then take that color that you had in your first chakra and spin it through your feet chakra. Let that color work for you as it drops into the center of the planet effortlessly. We're working psychically with our imagination here. It's quick. So now you're completely anchored in, and what's happening is you've got a two-way exchange going on. You are starting to release any excess psychic weight, anything that you picked up that isn't helpful to you. It's even possibly in the way of your growth process. It's releasing now. And you're starting to receive neutral earth energy into your body. It's starting to flow through your cells, your chakra system, every system of your body, every organ, your bones, your tissues, your blood. It's circulating all over the place. And pretty soon, if you sit here and just receive and watch, you're not making this happen. This is something you innately know how to do. We've just forgotten because of cultural programming in our modern world. Let this energy come up, let it nourish you, and let it radiate out into the space around you. I want you to imagine that you have a 12-layer aura all around you. Let the earth energy come through each one of those layers. Let it flush through. Clearing out anything that's ready to go. And then, of course, you can widen out that beautiful color that you're using to include your entire aura. And we'll take a few breaths here to just really take in the earth energy. Earth energy is so calming to the body. It allows you to start to feel safe and secure with yourself so that you don't have to go outside of yourself to fix and solve things. Your mind, the aspects of self, your spirit, and your body start to trust you if you do this enough. Whenever you are freaking out, and you are focused externally, I want you to lean back and practice this instead. It might take a couple of years for you to even remember that this is an option rather than anxiety, because the other pattern has been practiced for so long. But if you practice this, I promise you, consciously, over the next couple of weeks even, every single day, just take a couple of minutes, it will change your whole life. Putting your attention and awareness on yourself, doing this self-healing work, changes everything. It's what you actually need. And now we're going to do the opposite. To allow yourself to be in the flow of your spirit, to listen to your intuition, to be connected to your magic, to feel safe being guided, to be able to clear out and listen. You have to be safe enough as a body, as a little animal, to let go of anything that's stopping you, any patterns, emotional patterns, past traumas that's stopping you from listening to your intuition or feeling safe with your spirit. If something has happened to you over your lifetime that was fucked up, and you didn't have any tools to help yourself or to clear it. This normally happens when we're kids because we don't have full control over our lives. Massively problematic. If we had parents that also had this experience and were perpetuating it in our early childhood, we then have pretty major mistrust issues with ourselves. Because if we can't take ourselves out of precarious situations, that gets registered inside of us. And over again, it will repeat in an effort to show us what's going on. But if we don't have tools, like we normally don't get taught tools, this just repeats over and over again and creates a trauma cycle that you never get out of. So then you stop trusting your intuition, you stop trusting yourself, you stop trusting your guidance. That's a nightmare scenario that most people are living in on a daily basis. We want to end that. So we get safe first with the grounding. The second thing we do is we run cosmic energy. So the earth makes our body safe, the cosmic energy makes our spirit safe to be in our bodies. So, just like you did with the pelvic floor, we're going to flip it. Would you draw your attention to the top of your head? Notice the color, notice the energy. Describe the energy to yourself with those 3 adjectives. And just generally get to know the energy in your 7th chakra. Your connection to knowledge, wisdom, and your truth. If you need more time here, go ahead and pause this recording. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Just like Earth nourishes the body, Cosmic comes in and makes space for the spirit to flow. So would you invite down a neutral cosmic energy? If it's more real for you, you can create a color that feels like cosmic energy and looks like cosmic energy, and you can create a little hose out into the middle of the cosmos where it's nice and neutral. Both of these energies are incredibly safe for you to be running. They are the energy that creates worlds. They are the energy that's around us all of the time anyway. So there's no use in fearing it. You might as well go ahead and work with it. So take note of what cosmic energy looks like to you and let it come down and open up your 7th chakra 100%. And let it run through your 7th chakra. Let it spin and move. And then invite it down through your whole chakra column. Let it run through your organs. Let it circulate through your tissues. Let it meld into your cells. Cosmic energy is the energy of opportunity, expansion, newness, magic, flow, perspective, shifting, change. When everything's gotten a little too real and monotonous and boring, this is the energy to run. Let it start to mix and mingle and dance with the earth, just like the earth does, rocketing through the cosmos on a daily basis. And then would you let it radiate out into your aura, all around you, all 12 layers. And would you lean back, take a big deep breath, and just relax. Let these neutral energies move through you. They're going to pull you out of all the places where you're trying to fix and solve your life. And they're going to put you back in a space of neutrality where you can see things from a higher perspective, from a safer place within yourself. Practice this and you will be in your flow more often than you're not. But the biggest hindrance to this is you becoming aware that you need to do this work. Oftentimes the habits of anxiety, of external focus, and our inability to understand when we need to come back and the discipline to actually do it, those are the things that stop us from being able to do this practice. So that's kind of step one, knowing when you're out of your flow, and then choosing to come back and do work like this. These are 2 tools that can really help you. Practice them liberally. Stay flexible. This is what Mercury retrogrades and retrogrades in general are teaching us, but specifically, I think Mercury retrograde. I hope that helps. I will be teaching a class at the end of the week on shadow work. So when you use these 2 tools, one of the things that happens is you become very aware of what's going on inside yourself. And that is a very safe and beautiful place to start doing shadow work. So we will be getting with the heavier disowned aspects of ourself, bringing ourselves home, becoming one with all of the different parts of ourselves in an online class later on this week. It's given on Friday, 3/22 at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The class is recorded, so if this is work that you want to be doing, and I highly suggest if you're connected to me that this is what you should be doing. I think it's the reason that everyone who's connected to me is connected to me, because they want to learn this tool and they need to learn this tool. This is the thing we should be doing in all of the personal growth work and in all the different tools I teach. Being able to be with your shadow, being able to love all the aspects of yourself, to be the one to greet them, to be the one they can run to, super, super important. And if you want to do some one-on-one work, my spring offerings are up. All the different topics for readings are up and available for you to purchase. So I hope to see you in some capacity soon. That's why you're connected to me, to come do the work. Lots of love. Oh, and if you need anything, www.erinthepsychicwitch.com, Erin@erinthepsychicwitch.com as an email, and Erin the Psychic Witch on all the socials. Okay, bye.